Luffy versus Kizaru is officially starting and I am excited. I'm actually far more invested in this fight than I ever was with Kaido versus Luffy. Not saying that fight was bad, it was actually one of the best fights in the series, but it felt more like business with Kaido, whereas Kizaru it's more personal. Constant reminders within this chapter that it was Kizaru that ruined the lives of the Straw Hats 2 years ago and gave them a humbling experience, but now these guys are an Emperor crew. They're a lot stronger than they were 2 years ago, and they're about to prove it by defeating the man that ruined their lives 2 years ago. We also got even more elaboration on Sentomaru's flashback, and basically Kizaru and Vegapunk raised this guy since he was a little bebe, and it was Kizaru that taught Sentomaru everything he knows, so the whole sentiment of being the world's greatest defense actually belongs to Kizaru, as he's his actual master, which is pretty impressive, which actually makes sense as you remember the three admirals stopped the earthquake punch from Whitebeard using their haki, which we now know is advanced armament haki, or what some people like to call it, Rio. And Kizaru fighting Sentomaru lets him know that I can't let you get through my defense either, so it's heavily implying that it's Kizaru that actually has pretty significant defense. Now, does he has the best in the world? I doubt that, but he's definitely going to be a great challenge for Luffy, someone that can go at the speed of light, an island level threat who could potentially have future sight, as he kind of dodged a swinging axe from Sentomaru similar to how Katakuri dodged Luffy. So again, if he has future sight, that's going to be very, very scary. Or it's just really good observation. Regardless, this is going to be a very fun fight. He was even able to block the Conquer infused kick from Luffy, so obviously his defense is no joke. This is going to be a great opportunity to show the world why Luffy is one of the 4 emperors and give the Navy a huge loss. And Kizaru is the perfect opponent to show just how strong Luffy has become in the last 2 years, because in the past, every time he bumped into Kizaru in Marineford War or Shibodi, he would tell him, you're not ready for this, you're not ready to stand on the big stage, but here Luffy is now a lot more powerful, and also hopefully we can see why the admirals are so feared. But that's not the only thing set up, as we have Lucci versus Zoro. Hello, I was not expecting this matchup at all. I never really considered Lucci a threat after what happened to Luffy, but we do have to remember he's awakened and he's a lot stronger than he was 2 years ago, so he will be a significant challenge for Zoro probably, as he is definitely the second strongest on the island right now if you don't count Saturn, and if Luffy's fighting Kizaru, then it makes sense that Zoro would fight Lucci. And this is also another salty run back, as you remember it wasn't just Luffy that got embarrassed by Lucci when he first revealed himself, but also Zoro when he flung him inside the chimney. This is pretty cool, as this is a matchup I wasn't expecting, but this is far more impressive on the part of Lucci than Zoro, because I think we all expect Zoro to defeat Lucci. It's more of a, will he wash him, or will this actually be a close competitive battle? But if Lucci is actually able to keep up with Zoro, that's actually fairly impressive, as that would put him around first commander level, or at least someone that could be on the same tier as King the Wildfire. But Zoro's just absolutely nutty with the things he can do. Like, we haven't even seen him really utilize Ashura to its full potential. We saw it that one time post time skip where he permanently scarred Kaido, which is equivalent to Odin's attack that he did 20 plus years ago. But he also has his King of Hell mode, which allows him to use Conqueror's Infusion in all 3 of his blades, which makes him significantly stronger than he was on the rooftop. And imagine if he fuses that with Ashura. I'm not gonna lie, very few people are surviving that. But yeah, Lucci takes out Stussy while trying to take out Vegapunk. I know he's very happy with that, the bastard. But Zoro gives him a cold line saying, so you finally grew a spine now that Kizaru's here, you have backup? It's like, damn, Lucci, that was a burn I don't think you can get back from. But Lucci is incredibly strong, and I do think some people are underestimating him because he fought Luffy, when they need to understand that's one of the emperors now. There's leagues to this, but Lucci is definitely a very strong opponent, and he could be around the level of a first Yonko commander, which honestly I think is fair, as he did awaken his devil fruit, and that's more, you could say, than any of the beast pirates. And they spill out the building, so I guess that's Zoro's fight for the arc, which is pretty awesome. I don't see Saturn getting involved or fighting anyone until after Kizaru has been defeated and he now has last ditch effort and has to be like, well, I guess I have to do this myself. And then he'll go out, because I highly doubt he's going to reveal his power in front of 30,000 soldiers. He's only going to do something once everything is hit the wall and he's backed into the corner and he has no other option. So I can definitely see Luffy doing double duty. I do hope we get even more characterization on Kizaru because he's such an interesting and fascinating character that you can tell he really does have feelings for Sentomaru, but he of course puts duty above all else. And I am curious on his relationship with Vegapunk because it does look like these guys go way back. In fact, they're closer than I thought they were, as Kizaru was with Vegapunk before they even met Sentomaru. The fact that Kizaru mentions that Sentomaru should have been on the list of things that should not be damaged on this mission really says a lot about Kizaru's character and his true feelings. I thought it was really awesome to learn more about the mysterious Admiral. Hopefully we can learn more about Kizaru's character this arc and how he feels and thinks, as so many people have been waiting for Kizaru to actually do something in the story, as well as be a proper challenge for the new Emperor Luffy, as I think he's going to surprise a lot of people when we see the true strength of an admiral and why Luffy admires his power and honestly remembers him after 2 years, because we all know Luffy doesn't remember anyone's name, so you know he does have some sort of respect or even maybe some fear of Kizaru, but now he's ready to show him that he's not the same boy he was 2 years ago. Otherwise, it was a pretty solid chapter. Not much really happened other than setting up some battles. The Vice Admirals are now landing on shore. Kizaru has taken control of the Pacifistas after defeating Sentomaru. They might take control of the Seraphim as well. I love Sanji's quick thinking by putting Kaku in the Sea Stone bubble. This was such a Mr. Prince moment. It was really great. But also, it was kind of interesting that Lucci would make moves without telling Kaku. He didn't necessarily betray him. That'd be wild, I'm not gonna lie. If Lucci actually betrayed Kaku for the mission, because, like, Kaku saved your life. Like, he paid for your medical bills. So I don't think he betrayed him. I just think, you know, the guy's injured. He can't really do much. I'll just do it myself type thing. But Lucci is a pretty evil dude, I'm not gonna lie. I also really love the panel of Lucci fingering Stussy. That was pretty crazy. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. What do you think is going to happen in the future? What do you expect from Lucci versus Zoro, Kizaru versus Luffy? So much is happening. Hope you guys have a good day and a good night. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.